What up? Yeah. This video is gonna be about how I, uh, I rode the waves. I went places. I was out of this world. I was out of this dimension. I was in what the newer generation says, Yodi Land. I'll tell you about my adventures there. So, um, sorry, I'm playing with my butterfly knife. So in this video, actually, it was the day of me doing that. The day after my birthday. I know. I'm growing up to adulthood. But yeah, my birthday's on November 6th, and it is. Hold up. November 8th. My phone's charging, and I had to show the little thingy, but it is November 8th, and my birthday was 2 days ago. It was really weird. That was 2 days ago, yeah. And today's Wednesday, and this Saturday, me and one friend is going to do go-karts, and it's gonna be fun, because go-karts are fun. Uh, especially going really fast and drifting and stuff. Oh, fun. They tell you not to drift, but I do it anyway. Anyway, the video is about how I went to that Zaw land, the adventure, the whatever you can think about. I went to that place, as one would say. Uh, so that place, it was something. I'll just tell you about the whole day, and about the adventures that took in place in that day. So, first block, or actually no, woke up and he told me the day before they was bringing him, or that I needed to remind him that I needed to remind him to bring him, because the day before was my birthday, and I was originally gonna, on my birthday. Uh, but he forgot him, and I was like, well, dang. So, what had been taking place was the next day was Tuesday, and today's Wednesday, so yeah, it was literally yesterday. So I reminded him, and he told me that he got him, and I was like, yeah, bet, or something like that. I was tired in the morning. So that morning, stopped, got a coffee from this one place. That was Monday. Stopped, went to this gas station, got a sausage biscuit and a Red Bull. That is a morning mix. I'll tell you that. Because the gas station, they have sausage biscuits. Oh, it's really good for a gas station. Sorry. My bad. My bad for coughing and hacking up loogies. But, yeah, so stopped at the gas station, got a sausage biscuit, and got, Red Bull. Red Bull. Sounded like I said bread ball. Bowl. I got Red Bull. So, drunk up the Red Bull, and I have gotten so much caffeine in my lifetime, I swear I've built up a tolerance like a crackhead. Or whatever. I don't even know. But, I built up a tolerance to caffeine. I'll just say that. And, uh, yeah, I go from Red Bull to coffee. I think I'm addicted now. I've always been addicted to caffeine. I've always woke up and I was like, I need coffee. And I've always like, it, you know, same deal. Same thing. I've always done that. But, yeah, I've always, done that. Anyway, So get to the school and the dude's like, um, you want him now or later? And I was like, later, because my first block teacher is a cop. Or not a cop, but he was a cop, something. He pulled over people before, and I'm pretty sure he has experience with identifying that. Well, it's not like he could do a dang field sobriety test on me or anything, but yeah. First block teacher was a cop. Anyway, so you get back, and in my second block is whenever I do them, and it 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 hit pretty quick. It didn't hit hard. It kind of builds up. The gummies builds up for me. It don't. It's not like it just won't just make the regular show intro in my head. Sometimes it does that, and sometimes it makes the Amazing World of Gumball intro in my head. And it was it was a feeling. I'll just say that. But yeah, kind of just got that feeling in me, and that feeling was exciting. So second block went on. I was hanging out with my friends, and I was like, my brain was like kind of altered. It felt like I had took one. I was like, oh come on, are you kidding me? Why is it not hitting right now? It usually does right about now. Because it was like around the same time of when it would. So I'm like, dang, it ain't nothing. You know, saying the good old saying that every person that has experience with it says. Yeah, it ain't nothing. Won't, 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 won't. If that makes sense. Just if you ever watch regular show, click off the video real quick. Go to that intro. Go on YouTube and be like regular show intro. Listen to that. That's what I experienced the first Tuesday that I took two. Whenever I threw up. This time, it was how I said the Amazing World of Gumball intro. So happy, so wonderful. Yeah. It was there, like it was noticeable, but it was just like kind of just out of the way a little bit, if that makes sense. It was building up. Every second it was building up. I was like, I don't know. But every second it was like building up my just height. It's like how a old Fortnite player used to use the portaforts. It was like that, but every time you just place a portafort in the middle. So every time, you know how you jump up in the middle, or how there used to be a jump pad instead of tires now. Yeah, that's what happened. So I jumped up through another fort. Anyway, that's a bad analogy, but I promise you, I haven't done anything today. It may just still affecting me from the day before, and just not as strong or something like that. Sorry, unprofessional of me to yawn, but so oh my gosh, what was I talking about? I swear I didn't do anything today. Okay, but let me just start from the top. Okay, so I'm sorry, that's really funny. Start from the top. So I took it in my second block, and it starts to build up. like a porta fort and everything like that, like I just said. And I'm on the way to my third block class because the bell had just rung. So, uh, on my way to the third block, I can go next to the lunch place, and it's not my lunch or anything. I just go in there and talk to friends. It's not like I can get food there or anything. I could eat out of my lunchbox, but I wasn't. Lucky me, I brought Raisinets that day. And those Raisinets that I brought today, they spilled in my lunchbox. And I was mad because I was like, bruh, I was wanting to eat those. I love Raisinets. Raisinets are pretty good. My top candies are Raisinets and what is it? Filled Twizzlers. Uh, so I'm sitting there at the little cafeteria table, waiting, just sitting there talking to my friends, and I told one of them, I was like, I took two. He was like, two of what? And then I looked at him dead in his face, I guess, and I was just like, I just stared at him. Like, that bottom right of my screen, right there, where it says music with Revenant Reborn, that's how I was staring at him. And he was like, "Oh, two gummies," and I was like, "Yeah." Well, actually, I don't know, but I said I'm gonna go to my class, and he was like, "Oh, okay." So I dabbed him up and I left. So, go to my class. My friends don't sit next to me. I'm sitting all alone. We don't have desks in that class. We have tables. Tables that you're supposed to sit with groups. There's no assigned seats. You can change anywhere you sit any day. So, I didn't want to move. I was like, I can't move. I can't move. I don't know why I didn't just go over there. I was in the back of the class, and my friends were on the right of the class, and I was on the back left. I was just like, uh. Uh. So, I'm sitting there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. I was like, wait, what if I don't freak out? Could I just like not do that? Because it felt like how it was whenever I threw up that time, and I was like, wait, what if I just breathe a lot? Would that make it go away? So I don't know if I placeboed myself into thinking that, but it worked. I was like, and if I breathed through my nose, it was like, I swear, if somebody was sitting next to me, it would have sounded like I was pissed. Like, you know how you breathe whenever you're pissed? That's how I was breathing. Through my nose. Because I didn't want to. So I texted my one friend that was in lunch. And I was like, dude, hold up. I could actually read the messages. Hold up. Hold up. Shoot. TikTok was playing. Hold up. He, he actually knows I'm making a video right now. But, okay, yeah, right here. Oh no, it deleted. No. Shoot. Dang it. I need. Dang it. Oh no. Come on. Oh. No. Okay. Okay, yeah. I got it back. I got it back. Oh wait, no, never mind. Shoot, dang it. All right. Anyway, sorry. Uh. Anyway, that thing that happened. Let me just message the guy and be like, My bad. What clip is that? Oh, yesterday. Hey. Sorry, he texted me. I sent him a picture of me editing and stuff. Okay, yeah. So I went in the third block. I texted my one friend. I forgot what all I said because the snaps deleted and it was on Snapchat and the snaps deleted. But it was on along the lines of dude, I I'm sucked. I'm ducked. I couldn't type. I couldn't type. I'm not gonna say the actual word because yeah. I said I'm sucked. I'm ducked. I'm fluffed. Every word I tried to type, it was auto corrected. Every word. So I'm gonna be saying this every word autocorrect. So I was like, whatever. So I eventually actually tried to talk, and I was like, I'm Spider Man. Like I snapped back into reality, and I was just, or I don't know if that was reality, but I just texted him, I'm Spider Man. After saying I'm sucked, I'm fluffed, I'm ducked, and he was like, "What do you mean?" With like three question marks. And I texted him. I was like, "I'm Spider Man," and then I sent him the the picture of of the Spider-Man 3 cover art, the poster for Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi, whatever Spider-Man 3. I sent him a picture of that, and then I sent him another picture of like a a little picture that I found online or TikTok or something, and I sent him that. I was like, "That him, I'm him," and he was like, "What?" He literally texted me, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I guess he kind of was just like messing around with me. And he said walrus, and I was like, "Uh huh." Uh, so I read the messages today because it didn't delete. But I read the messages and I said, I'm Spider Man. And he said, How high are you? And I said, You know that Yay song? And in my mind at the time, it was like, I'm so. I don't know the song. But I was like, You know that Yay song? So I just switched the topic out of nowhere and he. I don't know. That was such an amazing moment for me. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. But, yeah. Yeah. It was something else. But yeah. So I went to the bathroom and he was like, I sent him a picture of my face and the picture's saved in my phone, but I'm not gonna show that. It's bad. uh, Also, I can't really show it. I don't mind showing my face. It's just not that picture. I sent him a picture of my face, and he was like, "Are you in the bathroom?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I, he said, "Okay." So He said, "Me come," and I was like, "Okay." So I told him I was twitching like a FNAF character. You know, like in the FNAF menu, whenever they twitch, I was twitching like that in the bathroom. So if somebody walked in on me, I would have looked like a crackhead. That's how awful it was. It was awful. Awful, awful, awful. So, after I told him I was twitching like a FNAF character, he walked in. And I walked out of the stall to make sure it was him. And I was laughing no matter what. I just laughed. I made one TikTok about how some days I feel like him, some days I feel like him, and it was a picture of Batman and Spider-Man, and then the last picture was a picture of Joker. Yeah. I was just laughing. I was like, I don't even know how I was laughing. I can't I can't make the laughing voice again. But I told him I was like I was like I'm Spider Man, and he laughed. And I guess me seeing him laugh made me laugh. But he told me he was laughing at a TikTok that he saw. I was like, what? I seriously felt like Norman Osborn in Spider-Man 1. The references are crazy. But Norman Osborn in Spider-Man 1, where he's like, "What? You can't do this to me." You know, something like that. I felt like that. I didn't tell him that at the time, but uh, I was just like laughing the whole entire time. And then somebody walked in, and he went into straight face mode, and I was still like, I was twitching out. I was twitching. I was glitching. My server, my circuit board was malfunctioning or something. Cause I was, I went to a bathroom stall because I knew if somebody saw me, I would look like a crackhead. So somebody walked in, and my friend was at the other end of the bathroom, and then I went to the stall. So we were at opposite ends, and I thought he laughed. And I don't know if I was looking at my phone or forgot the situation. But I think I was looking at my phone. I don't laugh like this. I'm usually like, if I see something like slightly funny. No. I saw something like Mr. Incredible just grabbing whatever her name is his throat. And that just made me die. That made me die. I was like, I was literally like that. So, I didn't know my friend was still in there. I forgot that he was even there. And then I walked out. I was like, oh, shoot, he's in here. So I started laughing at the fact that I forgot. Because I forgot somebody walked in. And I was like, oh, maybe he left and went back to his classroom or something. So I was like, oh. So I was just like in the bathroom stall, just looking at my phone. And I forgot that I had to go to class. And it just popped in my head. And I was like, I gotta go to class. And after that interaction, I wasn't like in Dark Evil Devil Dimension, otherwise known as DEDD. Dead. I wasn't in Dead, or the Dead Dimension. Dark Evil Devil Dimension. That's what it stands for. Instead, I was in I don't know. I can't find a acronym for it. But I was in dead dementia. So, yeah. Ciao. So, in third block, it could have been before or after lunch, but I was in class for a whole lunch period. For a whole, like, 40 minutes waiting to go to lunch. And me going to lunch didn't make it any better because I didn't really have anybody to sit by. And I told someone, I was like, I took two. Please sit by me. And he was like, two of what? Two of what? And I was like, you know, because I talked to him about it before. He was like, two of what? And I was like, uh, uh, two, two. He was like, oh, okay, I got you. Because I swear I said it like that. And I was like, uh, um, what's for lunch? I swear I told him that. And he was like, okay, I'll sit by you. So the guy that I usually sit by, he's quiet. Even if I tried to talk to him, he wouldn't talk. The guy that I sit by. And he's not the weird type of quiet. He's just quiet. Like, he's not weird. Like, he'll do stuff. Like, whenever I mean he'll do stuff, he'll, like, socialize whenever he wants to socialize. But, and he don't socialize with weird people. He socializes with them black people. Because he's black. So, let's fast forward to fourth block, since I already said everything that happened in third block. So fourth block rolls around, and I sit next to the group that does what I do, but more of it. So they knew, and they were messing with me. Well, actually, no, they didn't know at first, because they didn't know how I was, I guess. Or maybe they do it different and whatever. Or maybe it was the fact that it was in school. So I sit next to them and I'm like, bro, I, 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 I took two. He was like, two of what? And then it clicked in his head or something. And he was like, oh, okay. And yeah, let me just say this. The guy in front of me, he was like, do you want these suckers? And I was like, what? I was like, he was like, these suckers, do you want them? I was like, yeah. Because I hadn't had anything to eat because I felt like I was going to throw up all third block. I had all my lunch. I didn't even eat at lunch. I felt like I was going to throw up. So I was like, yeah. Because in my mind, I was like, surely a sucker wouldn't make me want to throw up. And I don't know if it was the fact that I just didn't eat and I was just going to eat suckers. I forgot how many I took. So turns out I learned out today that I ate five. I ate five of them things. Almost all of them were strawberry because this one dude was like, okay, here's another. I was like, what, I tapped him because I was like, I forgot his name at that point. I was like, uh, and he sat in front of me. I was like, can I have another? He was like, yeah. I was like, he was like, here it is. And I was like, no. He was like, why? And I was like, Uh-uh. I swear. I'm telling you, I did that. At least I remember doing that. I barely remember that. I'm just learning this today. I learned what I did today because I forgot some of it. I learned, I knew a good bit that I knew. I learned a good bit. I remember it to an extent. Yeah. So, I, I, I took 5 of them, and every time I had one, I was talking to, the friend that I sit next to, and you see the desks, they're, I don't know what you call it. They're in rows from front to back, and not side to side rows, because you wouldn't be able to get out of the desk. So yeah, it's like front to back, and you're facing the board. But there was a sub in there. I was like, I ain't doing no work. I looked at my friend. I was like, "You think I can do this?" And he was like, no. I'll tell you. I'll give you the answers tomorrow." And he did. He gave me almost all the answers for the next day. Actually, no, he didn't give me all the answers. I just hold up. Okay, I'm back. I had to turn on fans. It's hot in here. But so I found out today that I was like, give get give me one. And he gave me one. He did. And he questioned it. He was like, um, why are you acting so weird? And I was like, I want another sucker. After I done had one. Because the way I did it is I had it in my mouth for so long that, well, pause. I had the sucker in my mouth for so long that it kind of just dissolved enough to where I could just yank it off the stick. Pause. Pause. I could yank the crystallized sugar in a strawberry flavoring off of the the stick. And that's what I did. I took it off the stick and I chomped on them things. It tasted good. Hold up. This dude keeps on. Okay, my bad. That was only like 0.5 seconds for you. Or probably none at all, the way I'm editing this. That was probably like barely a second. So, yeah. Fourth block, I was chomping on suckers. Like left and right. Pause. Um, so, and then one of my friends was talking with my other friends, and he was saying how he smacked someone's buttocks before, and he did like a slapping motion with his hand, and I just found that hilarious. I guess, because I was dying. I was dead. I, Straight up, I was dead. I don't know why I found that funny, except that I did. I've found it funny for some reason. I don't even know why I found it funny. I don't remember most of the stuff yesterday. I had to learn it from everybody else. Uh, but I remember like little tidbits from whenever I was home. I remember getting on the game. I remember getting on it. I remember this video to an extent. I don't know what I said, but I know I played it. So, um, yeah, fourth block. Um, I was like dying laughing and chomping on suckers. I didn't even know. I was hungry, and then it was like an uncontrollable hunger that I just had to keep on replenishing. I was in a sugar deficit or whatever. I don't know. I'm I was sugar deprived or something. So I kept on eating suckers, and if it wasn't a strawberry sucker, I told him no. No. I'll tell you the way I did. I was like, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. And it was like this one, or this one, and then whenever he got to the strawberry, I was like, yeah, yeah. I turned into a dang child. Probably lower than a child. I was stupid. So, I get home. I told my one friend, I was like, let's play the game. And he was like, yeah. So we played one game, and then he was like, I'm gonna watch YouTube. I was like, okay, because I had gotten hungry, and because I was home, I had a plethora of foods to select. I selected what was in my lunchbox that I didn't eat because I knew I wasn't gonna throw up. Um, yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna throw up, so I was just like, no, I'm not throwing up. And yeah, I ate the sandwich and I ate the chips, but this one, I had a twist. I put hot Cheetos on that thing because for my birthday, I got hot Cheetos and the Raisinets and a $50 PlayStation card. I ate the Raisinets as much as I could, and then they all spilled in my lunchbox. Sad rip. R.I.P. them. R.I.P. R.I.P. In fact, if you're this far, put R.I.P. Raisinets in. Actually, don't put Raisinets. Put R.I.P. Chocolate Raisins in the chat or chat comments. Uh, yeah. Put R.I.P. Chocolate Raisins in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I played the game and I was like focused in the game. I felt like I was shooting that sniper right there. In other words, I was focused. I was, I mean, there's no other word for it. I was dead focused, dead centered on playing this. I didn't even talk, I don't think. So, yeah. I don't remember a whole lot. I remember whenever I was going to bed, I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to bed. And I was around like late 7 o'clock. But yeah. Moral of the story, I guess, be careful whenever you do stuff. If you're not of age, um, I, I would say refrain from any of that activity because it could affect your life. Like, let's say if you get caught with it and the people are just like, or the people that catch you are just like, just D1 writing. D1. D1 writing on you. And they just won't let you catch a break or something like that. And they just really want to get you in trouble. And then if your parents don't care, I guess that's a plus. But if your parents do care, oh no. You getting grounded for life. You ain't allowed to get a car whenever you get your license. You're allowed to get a car whenever you move out. But yeah. Again, don't do it if you're sad, and don't do it if you're unsure. Don't let no one peer pressure you. If you don't want to do it, simply say no. Don't just keep on saying no because they keep on asking. If they keep on about it, then they're probably not a good friend. Just point blank. They're probably not a good friend if they keep on. Hey, you should try. 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 Keep on. No, don't do that. If you don't want to do it, that's your choice. Uh, but yeah. Also, don't drive while. Don't DUI. Don't DUI. Don't do that. It's bad. I watch a lot of videos about that. I actually watched Joe Bartolozzi talking about that. Or watching videos about that, about people like running away from cops whenever they could get a DUI, which yeah, it's bad, but it's your first ever DUI, and again, yeah, it's bad. You can get your license taken away for like I think it's 2 months. But yeah. Um yeah, this video is really long. Um Again, RIP chocolate raisins in the chat. And thank you for listening to this. I know you ain't watching it. And if you are, I'm sorry because my gameplay is garbage. I just use whatever's in my dang. I try to mix up the gameplay for the people that do actually watch it, and so they don't get tired of Spider-Man, uh, Mortal Kombat, whatever I record. But yeah, thank you and RIP chocolate raisins. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed, I guess, and like it if you like it. Um, Try to get to 5 likes. Get someone to get it to 5 likes. Just get someone. They don't even gotta watch it. Just tell them to like it. But yeah, I will make another video some other day. Good night, good morning, whatever. See ya.